becoming huge.
Yes.
And now, unfortunately, his demise, I'm going to say demise because he's under the jail right now.
Sure.
So, how was your relationship with him at that time? Did he seem weird? Did he like, your little niece and stuff like that? What's going on?
You know what's crazy? So again, met him at Daddy's house. He had been listening to all the Puff stuff. And he asked him, yo, who's that girl you got writing all your stuff over there? Can you get her for me? So it was Puffy that called me. They were working on something. He said, hey, R. Kelly's in town and he's looking for you. You want to come through the session tonight? I said, sure. So that's how we got started.
Right.
And he started flying me out to Chicago to write. Oddly enough, even though he's older than I am by a few years, I took on a very older sister role with him. I was the one in the room if, I felt like he was a little whatever. It's weird. If he was, a little, I'd be like, come on, we got work to do. But our relationship stayed very professional. He never brought anything around me. And people don't believe it, but he never, ever brought anything around me. He never acted weird. He never tried to make a path. We very much so had a brother, like to the degree where we're working, it's 3:00 in the morning, he'll send somebody out for White Castle, eat 5 White Castle burgers, and then lock the door and pass gas. So I can't, it was like that. It was very much so like that. So I wasn't exposed to any of the things that a lot of people say. Now, obviously, I heard rumors. I heard about different things.
Did you?
So I kept,
at that time?
I mean, I think we all heard rumors. We all heard rumors.
What were some of the rumors you heard?
Well, the rumors were that he liked underage girls. He never had any underage girls around me. But I knew his wife.
Yeah.
I knew the kids. I had spent time in the house with his wife and kids, all the way down to the last baby. When Drea had the last baby, and she wasn't feeling well and she was tired, I went to Chicago, went to the house, played with the kids, cooked for the kids. She was in the bed. So that really was who I was to that family. So I was not exposed to a lot of the other shenanigans. And I think that there was a part of him that understood that if I did see any of that I wouldn't be like somebody else and turn my head the other way.
How do you feel about him being convicted on these 9 counts now?
I think where there's smoke, there's fire. And I would say this, for as far back as the allegations go, and to know that there was a trial that he was acquitted in many, many years ago, if that was the behavior that he was partaking in and he continued to do it, when I go back to how I was raised, we were always taught that a warning comes before destruction. So
what sickens me is, he didn't do it by himself.
And that's the other thing I'm going to say. So in this business, and nobody really wants to talk about it, in this business, that's not odd. That's actually the culture. It's the culture. And now that I have seen that culture. I've seen mothers bring their daughters backstage.
Well,
and that's the thing that nobody wants to talk about.
That's the dirty part of it.
Yeah.
Is that every victim had a parent who was anxious to help them get into the lifestyle, business.
Get into the business, make some money. And it's unfortunate that young girls, they say that girls are so unprotected. Young women of color are extremely unprotected.
Extremely.
And in a lot of instances, I've seen, and I won't even say with him, I've toured with some of everybody. I've seen the mothers come to the shows in twin outfits with their underage children and trying to get backstage. So I think that if we're going to ever really hit that, then you got to go after everybody.
That's right.
You have to go after everybody. You have to go after the people who have helped them.
Sure.
Don't cut a deal with them and tell them if you give me him,
that you'll be okay.
That you'll be okay, because I'll say this.
Because they're as guilty as he is.
They're as guilty as he is.
If they booked the ticket, if they flew him out, if they picked him up at the airport,
and trust me,
if they
they
took him
did, because
to
he wasn't getting on the phone, calling the airline, booking a ticket.
That's
he wasn't,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So there were a lot of people. Hey, I'm going to make this really, really quick. And I'm going live because if you're crazy enough to come and threaten me, I'm going to put you out there. Be really careful about telling me that I need to tread lightly if you're not prepared to back up what you say. Okay? I said what I said, and I can stand behind everything that I said. I was raped as a kid. I was also molested. I would never stand behind someone who is doing the same thing. I said what I said, and I meant what I said. I said what I had to say about R. Kelly. He's in jail right now. I also said that I believe that that's where he belongs, because where there's smoke, there's fire. But please, Miss Savage, you threatened me and you told me I should tread lightly. You don't know me like that. You don't know me like that. I have nothing to do with what your family went through. I wasn't around when y'all were around. I will never stand in the corner of a rapist. I will never stand in the corner of somebody who is violent towards women or children. But it sounds like a hit dog is hollering right now. I never said anything about your family. The statement that I made was about the industry as a culture, and I stand on it. Young girls and women, period, have not been safe in this business because they've been preyed upon. And people have known that girls that want a career, a lot of times, will do whatever is necessary to have one. Unfortunately, sometimes their parents want them to have one so bad that they will facilitate that process. Now, if that wasn't your mama, why are you worried about it? I never said I saw your mama backstage with you. Matter of fact, I actually didn't even say that I saw anybody. My exact phrase was, I never saw R. Kelly with underage girls. He never brought them around me. He never did anything like that around me. I said what I said. Be very careful. Don't start something that you can't finish, because I don't play that. You told me to tread lightly. I'm glad you said it, and I'm glad you said it openly. But if you're not that girl, don't make those kind of threats, because you might have to show up on it. And I don't think you're ready for that either.
Hi, you guys. So I just wanted to come and touch on the interview between Lunel and Kelly Price. Now, this is just one segment of the interview. She will touch on several different people that she's worked with and that she had relationships with. So this was not a conversation about R. Kelly. And if you guys want to watch the interview and hear her entire conversation, you can go over to Vlad's channel. I believe Lunel was sitting in for him. And she asked her about R. Kelly. And I was going to initially make my video about that interview, but then the aftermath of the interview started. Now, I did not see the comment, so allegedly Joycelyn Savage has issued some type of threat to Kelly Price over what she said in the interview, and she didn't name Joycelyn personally, so I'm assuming when she said the part about the parents as well is where she is offended. But that's the only thing I could think of. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So another story that is out here today as well, the ex-manager, R. Kelly's ex-manager, who I guess was threatening Joycelyn and her family, speaking of Joycelyn, had a case thrown out today, or had a case thrown out last month, excuse me. It was thrown out last month, but the story is out here today, and they both have permanent restraining orders against each other, her family and the ex-manager, so they cannot contact each other. So that is also out here today. Now, I'm not real sure if and maybe Joycelyn is just looking for attention with all of this. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I feel that Kelly obviously would have a right to speak on people that she know, that she's worked with, that she has experience spending time with. And I think that because we know that she knows R. Kelly, people are going to ask her about him, just like they ask her about Whitney Houston, just like they ask her about other Mariah Carey and other people that she's worked with. So, yeah. But let me let me know what you guys think about this story in the comments, and what do you think about Joycelyn threatening Kelly allegedly. Why do you think she's doing that? If you have an idea, let me know in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next video. Now, Kelly Price, she stated in this video that she will go live. And I'm assuming when she go live, she will probably address this situation again. Because to my understanding, maybe someone else made a statement towards her as well. I think people are in their feelings. about what she said. But to be honest, I believe the same thing. I was thinking the same thing the entire time all this stuff was going on. Everybody that was involved in that ring, just like that Epstein ring, everyone should get charged for participating in something like that. And that's just my opinion. But you guys can let me know what you think in the comments. And when you think about the words, exchange of words between Kelly and Joycelyn, what do you think that's about? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.